hurt my back, so I can't move. I'm like moving very tenderly right now. And so because I hurt my back at the gym, right, I go out. There's this little area. It's like outside. It's like a little turf area, right? And I bring like a yoga mat out there. They have them there. And I'm stretching, trying to make my back feel a little bit better, right? And there's these two girls outside. It's just me, and then they're like probably 15 feet away, right? And they're on FaceTime with one of their friends, right? Mm-hmm. And the friend is walking them through her night last night. Apparently they all went out, you know? And their friend who was on FaceTime went home with some guy, right? And so the way they're talking, it's like, yeah, I just, I wasn't really that into him, but I just needed to go home with someone because it's been a while. And then the girls who were there with me were like, oh, good for you. Like, you needed that. Yes, go. And then they're like talking about it. And so she's like, I went into his fridge, which is fucking weird, by the way. Okay. So they banged, and he fell asleep, and she stayed awake and like snooped on this guy. So she's like, I went into his fridge, and he had like a bunch of chicken and rice in there. And they were all like, ew, that's fucking what a weirdo. Like, do you have fucking heads in there too? Fucking serial killer. It's like, this guy takes care of himself. He's eating chicken and rice. And he's also like he's saving money on food. Like, if these chicks knew what I spent on fucking DoorDash every week, they'd run. You know what I mean? So they're fucking complaining about this guy being health conscious, money conscious, right? He just like dicked her down too. Like, what else do you want from this fucking guy, right? He bought her drinks at the bar. What else do you fucking and that's another thing that fucking, as a white guy, right? All these white chicks, they're like everyone's a fucking serial killer, right? She's like, he had chicken and rice in his fridge, and they're like, what, is he a fucking serial killer? Did you find human heads in there too? It's like, what the fuck? Like, it's not even related. It's not even weird behavior. The guy just takes care of himself.
What the? Oh my god. Yeah, I mean,
so I'm sitting there like trying to relax and stretch, and I'm just getting all fucking angry. I'm like, what the fuck? And then the best part is, at the end of the call, right? They're like, oh, well, I'm so glad you did it anyway. Like, you needed that. And they're like, yes, love you. Like, so excited to see you soon. Like, we miss you. And they hang up. And as soon as they hang up, I shit you not, these two girls go, God, she's such a fucking whore. I shit you not.
So let me analyze the situation, right?
Go for it.
All right. Chicken and rice. He's Mike likely a fit guy. Did she fuck a cop? Because if she fucked a cop, she's not a whore. That's a hero. That's a. But let's pretend that's not a cop, right? Yeah. So I mean, women, you can't please them with anything. That dude was in her guts, and she still found a way to complain. That is first of all, if I ever bring a girl back home and she starts looking through my fridge in the middle of the night, she's gonna fucking head home. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like, I don't care if it's 2 or 3 a.m. Like, if she doesn't have a ride, if she has no money for Uber, she's getting the fuck out of my house. That is so rude. That is incredibly rude. And then rice and chicken's like the weirdest thing to complain about in the fridge. You know, if it was like a bunch of Dominoes, I get that. Like, it's like, oh, he just had a bunch of, right? But like, first of all, it's like, all right, rice and chicken means he's, like you said, takes care of himself. It's actually better that she said rice and chicken than like Dominoes, because then it's like, all right, then she's just fucking everything, right? Then at that point, she's just like, if she's fucking a dude with a bunch of Dominoes and KFC in the fridge, she's just fucking anything. Like, that's a whore, right? So she probably went home with the good guy who takes care of himself, right? At a bar, so was probably buying drinks, so maybe he has some good money, right? Like, you just can't satisfy women ever. And, I'm not, I'm not a misogynist or anything like that, but this is why we see the rise. I'm not going to say his name because, of the bald guy from England who goes by Cobra. Bait rhymes with bait, right?
Yeah, apparently you get fucking blacklisted if you say his name on this shit. It's fucking annoying as hell. But whatever. Like you can't even talk bad about the guy. They're like any mention of him, it's like, oh, you're not a human anymore. Like you're fucking banned. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
No. So that was just my point. It's just like you can't please women, and it's just kind of the rise of why we're seeing all the Fandrew mates. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, we talked about that last time a little bit. And I think that's part of why. But like, for me, again, right? It's like, I grew up with like brothers, I didn't have any sisters. So I don't understand like the female psyche at all. I'm fucking clueless, right? But I've never been in a conversation with some dudes where I'm like on the phone with one of them, right? And they tell me a story and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And then I hang up and I'm like, God, what a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? Like I would just tell the guy like, oh, you're a dumbass. You know what I mean? And then just move on.
I don't know, bro. There's
right?
been
Like we're able
chicks,
to move on.
Yeah. I don't know. There's been some chicks like my friends have banged where I'm like, I've tried to tell them like, dude, what are you doing? And then they keep like denying it and they keep
would tell them
it. I've told them, yeah, but it's like what are you doing? Like, but like when they keep like,
I'm saying. What my thing is like where they're like, oh, that's so good for you, like slay queen, you needed that, and then as soon as they hang up the phone, they're like, God, she's such a fucking whore. Just like that's I don't get that. I don't understand that. Just fucking tell her she's a whore. You know what I mean? If you're really friends, it's like fucking tell her she's a whore. If that's what you really think.
That's not very sexually liberating of them.
No, true.
Not at all. Were those
like
the
a
chicks
bunch
at,
of
like,
jealous
the gym?
bitches?
Yeah, were those chicks hot, or were they like, what were they? Were they like the fat bitches at the gym who just go to take pictures, or were they like actually like kind of like?
No, they were. They were both definitely like took good care of themselves. They weren't like stunningly beautiful or anything, but like they did. I mean, they were definitely in good shape. Like pretty. Those were fine. Nothing like nothing that like takes your breath away. But I mean, they were good looking for sure.
Okay, yeah, because when normally like I hate saying this, but normally it's kind of like the ugly one of the group that's always like fucking around. Like in girl groups, like it's like the whore is like the really ugly one, right? That's just from like high school, like when I kind of saw in college and stuff, right? That like the ones that would fuck anything, they're not. So I was like, kind of maybe they kind of look down on her. She's probably just the ugly friend that gets kind of thrown around, and they kind of know that. But that's what I said. I think they just need to be straight up, tell her, hey, listen, start coming to the gym with us, and stop, like fucking all these weird guys. And like,
I think
that's why the fat bitch went in the fridge, right? She's just the fat one in the group, and that's why her first instinct was to go in the fridge.
She wasn't investigating the guys. She was looking to feed.
That's why she was pissed off that there was chicken and rice, right? Because she was like,
I need my fucking Twizzlers. Where the fuck is my shit? Yeah, you might see. I was thinking. Here's what I was thinking, that she was like the hottest one, right? And that they were like more jealous because like it's Saturday, right? So these girls were at the gym on a Saturday like afternoon. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I was there too, so I'm not like taking shots or anything, but like it's they weren't like out. You know what I mean? So I kind of get the vibe that I thought they were like maybe jealous of this girl, but now that you say she's going through the fridge, like that makes a lot more sense.
Dude, she's just the fat one in the group. Yeah.
That makes like she's all sweaty. She just got like she just had sex. Just like some people need their like cigarette after. You know what I mean? She just needs a fucking Twinkie.
That's her pro. I'm glad you guys made it this far. If you guys enjoyed the whole entire video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to check out the whole entire podcast episode, go to our bio, as you will see links for the YouTube and Spotify. Lastly, make sure you guys follow me and Jackson on our personal Instagram, as well as all of our other social medias where we will be posting our stand-up comedy. Once again, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did like, please do subscribe and leave us a comment. I promise you, it's not that hard.